Sea of Thieves has a lot of islands. Big islands and small islands. Good islands and bad islands. But there is but only one hierarchy we are going to look at today. Because today I am going to make the Sea of Thieves Island Tierlist. Don't forget to like the video, and if you're new, you might as well hit that subscriber button. There's a lot of new videos coming up in the future, so you better stay tuned. Alright, let's get straight into the tier list with every single tier from top to bottom, and of course the Seafarers tier. We all have that one island that we really hate. Alright, let's start at the beginning. Ancient Spire Outpost, a classic to be honest. I mean, it's one of the first outposts that I've spawned on in the game actually, and it looks really good. Only problem with the outpost that I have is that the tavern is like all the way at the top, so whenever you're handing in like your Athena stuff, you have to walk all the way to the top, and that's kind of annoying. But regardless of that, it's a beautiful island, so just because of that, I'll actually put it as a solid A tier. Ashen Reaches, it doesn't really ring, it's kind of in the lower corner of the island. It has a weird setup. You can only like enter the top half of the island from like one side, and I always kind of tend to forget about it. I don't hate it, I don't like it. I'll put it on D tier for now. On the other hand, Crescent Owl, I don't really have anything with or against Crescent Owl, to be fairly honest. I mean, it's a lovely island. It's still kind of small, even though it's compared to be a big island as well. But there's just something about it. I don't know. Like, it's you know, there's two different sides. You can dash across with your cutlass, but aside of that, I don't really think there's anything really going for it either. But it is better than Ashen Reaches, so I'll put it on C tier there. Crooks Hollow, though. Crooks Hollow is definitely an island that we've all been to, that we all got some kind of connection to, that we've all, you know, got some memory of. Crooks Hollow is one of, like, the most stereotypical islands in the game. I really like the island as is, but there's, like, so much going on with, like, the caverns underneath, and it's cool that they have that. It's definitely cool. But the problem about that is whenever you got a quest and you hear the music for, like, the skeletons, you don't know if it's gonna be at top or, you know, below, so that's kind of makes it I think an A tier, but nah, I get a bit more critique. I'll go for a B tier. I'm also trying to like evenly spread it. I don't want like everything in the A's and B's and then have the rest elsewhere. I'm trying my best here. Jaggertooth Outpost. We all know our Jaggertooth Outpost. You know, we all got the Jaggertooth Outpost friend among us. It's really big. It's a beautiful island, but it's way too big. Like every single thing that you have to hand in, it takes at least like 3 minutes. I mean, I did actually steal an Athena's there just because it took 3 minutes to hand in the chest, but you know, I'm gonna put it on E tier because it's just way too big. I mean, it's not about the size. Devil's Ridge is really beautiful, actually. I really like the way that I've put that up, and there's like the difference in between high and low ground. The waterfall, the northern island. There is like the cannons that do their thing, but I think the Devil's Ridge as is, I think it's called Devil's Ridge because it's on the side of the Devil's Jar, which is actually kind of cool. So the name actually has true meaning as well. I've never really had anything against Devil's Ridge, and it's definitely a nice, fun island. I have nothing against it, actually. I'm fully on. I'm gonna put that together with Ancient Spire. I mean, they're both in the same corner as well, literally. Discovery Ridge, on the other hand, it's really big, and like whenever you got a quest, it like it makes it hard if you are on the top levels. It doesn't really stand out compared to the rest, to be fairly honest. It's a lovely island regardless. I really love the way that it looks, but I don't think it has anything special. I kind of want to put it in B tier, but C tier fits the description more. I'll put it in C for now. Fetcher's Rest, on the other hand, the fault on that island is a bunch of stuff. Fetcher's Rest is a beautiful island. I really like that adventurous feel of the Devil's Roar, but I don't, it doesn't really spark anything for me. Like, you know, whenever I do have a quest there, 9 out of 10 times, it's, you know, I gotta pick up something from a guy there and, you know, I'll just leave it all on the dock and I'm out of there. It's gonna be a solid C tier for me. Flintlock Peninsula, it's way too big. And the Apollo in the middle, especially if the volcano's like erupting, it's a no-go. It's a no-go for me. I'm gonna put that in D tier. I don't have to talk about that too much. Here it is, formerly known as another fort. The name is on the screen right now. Fort of the Damned is really nice. I really like the way they've made that, like they made it turn out as is. The only problem I got with it is the amount of tuckers that's on there, because if you want to find a tucker, please go there because you'll be guaranteed to find one, even when there's not a fort active, all right? Like, even when the fort's not active, there's always got to be someone there. I'm gonna put it on A tier for that. Galleon's Grave Outpost. It's one of the more dull outposts. I don't even like the wild, so, you know, it's gonna be together with Jaggertooth, E tier. I love the way that it looks. It looks nice, but it's the most inconvenient out of them all. If you need to gather supplies, it's not the island. Together with Jaggertooth, by the way. Golden Sands Outpost. It's nice. It's shiny. It gives you that Caribbean, Pirates of the Caribbean kind of feel, but it's too big. Whenever you spawn, it's at least like a minute walk to your ship. Together with, you know, gathering your supplies, doing your stuff. Like, it's a big island. There's a lot to it, but there's a little bit too much to it. They've overdone Golden Sands, to be fairly honest. So I think just for that, I'm gonna put it in C tier. Kraken's Fall is really, really, really big. Whenever there's something happening on the north side, you don't know what's going on in the middle or in the south or higher, or like, there's always parts of Kraken's Fall that you forget about. It is way too big. I mean, it does look like handsome Squidward, the Squidward painting. Just for that, I'm gonna put it in B tier. Lone Cove. Lone Cove is a nice island. Like, it always seems like it's not that big, but it's always bigger than you expect it to be. It has a lot to it. It has that secret little cave. It has a lot of different stuff. There's also one side where the beach is very easily reached. The person that gives you the merchant stuff. I mean, who even does the merchant quest anyway, so that actually needs to go in there, am I right? But I do think Lone Cove, as is, I think it's a solid B. Lost Gold Fort. It seems like it's like, I really like that backside of it, because you have to climb all the way up. It gives you that little Indiana Jones feeling to it, you know? You gotta climb up a wall and then fight the rest of the skellies. And it's also a very convenient spot to actually drop your loot too, to get it on the ship. I really, really like it, and I'm gonna put it on B. It's not an A tier. It lacks that A feeling. Marauder's Arch, you know, there's that entire fort, and I hope that they actually do something with an update in the future with it. But on the other hand, like, I don't really feel that big of a connection to it. And it's like all the way out in the corner. Whenever I see Marauder's Arch quest, I'm like, yeah, all right, sure, whatever. I'm gonna put it D tier. Mermaid's Hideaway, on the other hand, is a really, really, really beautiful island. I really like the way they've done that, and like the underwater cave and like the giant archway. It's definitely a lot of fun when you're doing an Ashen Winds there, or when you're questing along there. It's always good fun to be on Mermaid's Hideaway. Just for that, I'm gonna put it on A tier. And of course, next up, my favorite fort, Multisense Fortress. It's a really, really nice fort. I really like it. It gives a little bit of an extra challenge towards the entire thing. Only problem I got with it is that you can be on the volcano. The volcano is a separate island on which you can be as well. It's unnecessary. It's uncalled for. There's talkers that can be on there. I mean, who would talk on Multisense? But just because of that inconvenient little thing, I'm actually gonna put it on A tier right there. Morris Peak Outpost. Oh, I love Morris Peak. There's always this sense of adventure there. And also that the volcano erupts every so often is like really cool. Like, it sets it apart from the rest of the Devil's Roar Islands. Only thing is, it does erupt though, and when you're selling, it can be shaky. It can be kind of unfun to hand in your stuff there. So I'm gonna put it in B tier. Seafarer Steer. Don't even question it. We all know, we've all been on Old Faithful, and if you haven't been, please don't, ever, for the rest of your life. Or, you know, as Falker said it,
Old Faithful Isle, you'll never leave.
Old Sailor's Isle, the beginning isle in this in the Sea of Thieves. It's really good. It's really nice. They've really put this together. I mean, they put it in the game later, but regardless of that, it's a really nice island. I wish I could be on the island more often. And just because of that, just because you can't be at the island at all times, I'm actually gonna put it in B tier, because I would love to visit it more often than just that one time. Plunder Outpost. It is an amazing outpost. It's my favorite of all time because it's so easy and convenient to sell there. It's the quickest sell you'll ever have. So that's going straight to S tier right there. Plunder Valley though? Plunder Valley holds an amazing quest. Art of the Tricks are 10 out of 10. Amazing. Also, if you haven't done it, please go do it now. On the other side, it is so big. It is enormous. Like, you know, you never know if you're gonna have to be on top, underneath, you know, in a cave, somewhere else. There's always gonna be a hassle with the quest. And just because of that, I'm gonna put it on C tier because it feels like that. It definitely feels like that. All right, I put in one small island just for the sake. A mate of mine actually said the name of this island wrong. And just for that, I'm gonna put it on F tier. Merlin, I'm coming for you. Never even say the name of this island on stream ever again. Watch link in the description. Ruby's Fall. I really like the way that they gave it because, you know, it's the place where Ruby fell. I really like that homage to it. I mean, it's with all the islands in the Devil's Roar, or at least most of them. I really like Ruby's Fall. It's definitely an easy island to do your quest on. I'm gonna put it on D, right there. Sailor's Bounty. It's a really nice island, but to maneuver across is just a pain in the wahoo. It's a really nice island, and it holds like... Actually, I'm not gonna spoil that. I'm not gonna spoil that. You're gonna have to figure that out yourself. The cave, Sailor's Bounty, is really, really nice, but outside of that, like having to move across all the islands, it's a hassle. And it's also all the way in the corner, which makes it, you know, I never really go to Sailor's Bounty. Sailor's Knot Stronghold. It's a nice little fortress, and it has like a different little tower and like a little cavern in between. It sets it apart from the rest of the forts, and that's what I really like about it. Yet again, it's not the best of them, like the entire, you know, circular area around it. You can easily park on Old Sailor's Knot, though. It's really nice to park there. But it doesn't really... It does kind of spark out from the rest. I'm going to put it C tier. Sanctuary Outpost is also another great outpost. Whenever I see that bright shining light, you know it's going to be either, you know, Golden Sands right there, or it's going to be the amazing Sanctuary Outpost. It is a little more, you know, put away, a little bit more in a corner of an island, or on the corner of the map. But outside of that, it is actually a really nice outpost. You can like gather, it's easy to gather supplies. It's very nice to like go around, discover all the things, get your quests and go. And already the sun rays that you see on Sanctuary already made me happy enough for a good session. I'm gonna put it on, I don't know. I feel like it's below Ancient Spire. I'm actually gonna put it on a B tier? Yeah, I'll put it on B for now. Sharkbait Cove, it's nice, but on the other hand, I don't know about, like, to move around on there is also always weird. And you're always, when you think, oh, I'm on the southern outer ring, you're not on the southern outer ring. It's always a hassle to actually do quests on Sharkbait Cove. Just for that, like, it's nice. It has something, and I really like the statue in the middle, but still, it doesn't really give me the things. We've all had our moment on Shipwreck Bay. I mean, don't even try to discuss with me. Everybody has crashed into Shipwreck Bay at least 1,000,000 times a day. Like, it's just, even if you pull a tactic as a sloop, even if you pull off a successful maneuver, you're still gonna hit them. You're still gonna hit the island. But still, it's a nice island. It's like really well put together. It does house the beginning of one of the lesser tall tales. I'm gonna put it C tier. Actually, no, I'm gonna put it D. Smuggler's Bay, though. Smuggler's Bay is the loveliest of island. It looks so good, but to do a quest on Smuggler's Bay is just a pain. You are never in the right position. Like the sandbag you see there, it looks a lot like that one, but it's like way too small or way too big, and it's you get lost in the tracks. I don't like X marks the spot ones on Smuggler's Bay. If I see a quest with Smuggler's Bay as a X marks the spot, it's away. Away with Smuggler's Bay. I'm gonna put it C. Just because it has that middle thing. Snake Island, it never really stood out for me, and there's a lot of snakes.
I have had it with these
Baba Booey
snakes on this
Baba Booey
Island. It's easy to do quests on, but still C tier. Sunken Grove is actually kind of nice. I really like Sunken Grove as is. But like the thing in the middle kind of makes me... I mean, most of the quest things are outside of that grove. Most of them are on the beaches and stuff, but regardless of that, I still don't really... It doesn't stand out. It does stand out that it has a grove. It's one of those islands. I'm just gonna put it C tier. I just don't have my things. Crooked Mast, though. Crooked Mast is amazing. It's a great island. Sometimes the questing is a little weird there, but the one thing I hate on Crooked Mast... You already know. If you've done the Fate of the Damned, you already know what I'm gonna say. They got a Forsaken beacon at the top. Just for that, F. Crozet Fortress, one of my favorite forts. Not the favorite fort, but a jolly good fort. I really like the way they've put it all together, the way that they've done their stuff. I'm definitely gonna put it on A because it's a lot of fun to go there. Devil's Thirst doesn't ring any bells. It does house one of the other good quests, but it's still in that southern area. It's still in a little Devil's Roar corner. Yet again, it doesn't stand out together with all the other sea stuff. I'm gonna put it on C tier. The Glorious Sea Duck Tavern, on the other hand, it is so nice. Just the fact that it's in the middle, and when the lightning strikes, when there's a new ship in the server, and like, it's so good. I really like it. And the parkour, mwah. I'm definitely gonna put that one on A tier. Close to S, but like the thing is, it's way too big on the other hand, so that's why I'm actually not putting it on S. Reaper's Hideout, S. Solid S. It's next to the Glorious Sea Duck Tavern. It's so well made. It is in a very convenient spot. The storm always like goes around, you know, there's always gonna be a storm at the moment you don't want it to be at the Reaper's Hideout, and that's why it's great. It also has cannons everywhere. It's like amazing. There's always like an entire walk-up you have to do in order to sell your stuff. And even if you do have the cheeky little spots, the one in between the two cannons or the one at the pier, regardless of what position you have, it always takes at least 10 seconds to sell your stuff there. And just because of that, it's like so evened out. There's like little sandbags. You can get trapped in everything. It's a great island. Thieves Haven. This one is for my Pirate Legend homies out there. Thing is, I really like the Thieves. I really like Thieves Haven. It looks really, 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 really good. But just of this sheer amount of Thieves Haven runs I've done, I'm gonna put it on a B tier. It's a little different looking picture. This is Tribute Peak, or the Shores of Gold, as some of you might know it. If you haven't done the Tall Tour, please go do it because it's a lot of fun. It's a really big island, but it's like a sandbox pretty much. Like, you can make the most beautiful shots. You can do the best of things. Shores of Gold are magnificent, and the tune that plays when you've completed the Tall Tale, bro, it's so good. That is going to be a solid S tier right there. K9. If you haven't seen that little Easter egg there, please go do check it out just for that B tier. Uncharted Island N 13. It's the beginning of the Tall Tales, and there's like so much more to it. It has a lot of story, a lot of potential, and it kind of like, if you're into the lore of the game, it definitely has something for you, 100%. On the other hand, it's not on the map. It's in an inconvenient spot. I've run into the coral way too often. I'm gonna put it on C tier right there. Last but not least, Wanderer's Refuge or Wanderer's Refuge. I don't know how you pronounce that. Please do let me know. I really like the island as it is, but it's just way too big. It has a lot to it. It has like that little underneath cave that I barely visit. The Ashen Wind spawns on the northern little part in that open area. Wanderer's Refuge is nice. It has a sort of mystery to it, but it's just way too big. It's one of the biggest islands in the game and like the longest. It's definitely the longest. I'm gonna put it on B tier. And that seems to be my entire tier list. Put it together. Well, I guess that is that. If you do or don't agree, please do let me know in the comments. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, of course. And please do share with some friends just to get the word out about the channel and try and make us grow a little more. And I'll see you in the comments. Stay spicy.